Hi everyone, how are you? I'm Abel and welcome back to my channel. A few months ago, when I uploaded my video talking about the GIORGIONE watercolor, I got a comment asking me if I ever tried the same watercolor but with a hexagonal shape besides the regular ones. I remember I have seen this kind of watercolors before, but I did not remember that they were GIORGIONE, but CHEELOM instead. That I hope that's how you pronounce that. And just a few weeks ago, I found on Amazon this kind of watercolor that I am talking you about. And since I saw them with a discount or something like that, I don't really remember by now, I bought them. And here they are, the showy hexagonal watercolor. But before I move on, I have to tell you that with the mess I have with all my files, I accidentally erased the videos of the unboxing of this watercolor, but I can show you what's inside the set. To begin with, this is the black metal case with some information in front, like the number of colors, and in the back we have more information. When I opened the box, I found a pencil to make sketches. It comes this traditional brush with a middle say, I would say, and also this water brush, also with a middle size tip. Also I find this sponge to clean the brushes and this sharpener. This set also includes some paper sheet for watercolor, although the envelope does not have any kind of information at all about the paper, so I have to figure it out the grammage. By the way, if you want to know a little bit more about watercolor paper, you can watch the video I have right over here. And of course, I have the watercolors, in this case, the ones with hexagonal shape that I find very striking looking. And as you can see over here, you can take the peels of this plastic case. So the whole package would be the watercolor peels, the pencil, the traditional brush, the water brush, this sponge, the sharpener, and the paper. Once I have shown you what's in the set, the next step is to make a little test to get to know the watercolor a little bit more, and that's a color palette. And so this would be the final result. Right here, I want to take some time to show you this part. And the thing is that I want to focus on the differences I see. For example, in this lavender or mauve color and this green one, these two colors caught my attention because they look very patchy or uneven, as if the paint concentrates in different spots of the stroke. And on the other hand, I see some colors that look very good, like this line of reds that's over here. And as you can see, these colors look really even, like if they were made with a single stroke. This made me think that the peels are made with different materials, and that's why some colors look different. Although this is something that happens with most of the watercolor sets, especially with this peel format. Now I will make the real test for this watercolor, and that's to paint a landscape. And in order to make things a little bit different, today I will paint something else than a beach. And that's one of my favorite kinds of illustration, which is a galaxy. I wanted to make this specific landscape to use the water brush that comes in the set. This brush with a middle-sized tip, I would say, has synthetic bristles, my favorite to work with watercolor. And to fill the brush, all I have to do is take off this part over here and pour some water. Then, to make the water come out, I just have to press very gently the deposit. To get the galaxy effect that I want, this kind of brushes is excellent because I can wet the paper with a single material. Once the paper is completely wet, I will start to apply the watercolor, first with a very thin layer and with small touches, and I will intensify with more watercolor. I can suggest you that whenever you are working with this kind of illustrations, you have a napkin nearby to take off a little of the excess of water. For this landscape, I am using mostly cool colors like blue and purple, with a little touch of yellow to create some contrast. As soon as this part is completely dry, I will splatter white watercolor to create some stars. And as final step, I will take the traditional brush that comes in the package to make the silhouettes of some trees, in this case some pine trees, and I will use black watercolor with just a little amount of water to create a very intense color. What are your thoughts of this set of watercolor? I can tell you that I have some mixed feelings about it, but to finish with a positive side, I will start to talk to you about the things I did not like. And as I told you at the beginning of the video, I bought this watercolor specifically because of the comments I read. Besides that, I was really interested in getting this kind of pills with hexagonal shape. The first thing I am not that happy about, and this is something completely personal, is that the set of watercolor is extremely similar to this one from GIORGIONE, and I say this because the box is practically the same, as you can see over here. And now that I am talking about the box, this one came with a small hit in one of the edges, right over here. Even though this problem does not affect the watercolor pills, I think this particular package came less protected than some other I have bought in the past. Not just art stuff, but in general, so that you take notice on that. And now moving on to the positive side of this watercolor, I can tell you that for the price, this is a very good purchase, especially for the quality of the materials. And I say this because there is a very good amount of pills with a wide range of colors, and besides that, the pills are pretty large. Now, talking about the brushes, both ones, the traditional and the water brush, are great and are very easy to use, considering the fact that they are synthetic bristles. Even though, as I told you before, the box came with a little hit, that at the end of the day, these kind of things just take off to the experience. I have to say that having been made of a resistant material, it made his job to protect what's inside. And perhaps I can expect that if I ever have an accident where it falls or something like that, the pills will have some kind of protection. Something I did not try was the paper that comes in the set, and I did this because I had the idea of the galaxy effect, and I thought it would be a better option to work with a paper I already knew how to work. Therefore, and considering the price, which is around $15, I would say, I can say that this set of watercolor are between this one from Hobby and the one from Sakura, which means that they are exactly the same as the GIORGIONE. By the way, if you know if these watercolors are the same, please let me know in the comment section, because I thought lots of things about what I told you about the box that I think it's the same and so. And I have to add that nowhere in the case says that they are from CHEELOM, although it does say in the publication. And if you're not subscribed and you would like to be, hit the subscription button, or you can do that on the image that's over here, and turn on the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when there's a new video around. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, and for sharing this content, and I recommend you to see these videos that you may like. Follow me on my social media that's on the screen and in the description box, and I'm off to see you next time. Bye bye!